Have you ever wondered why some people transform their lives so dramatically, while others seem stuck in the same place? The answer often lies in how we see ourselves, and how we move through each stage of growth. Self-growth isn't a straight path. It's like climbing a mountain, moments of excitement, moments of exhaustion, and even times when you want to quit. Yet every stage, whether tough or gentle, shapes the person you are today. In this video, we'll explore 5 essential parts of the journey: facing reality, understanding causes, drawing lessons, finding solutions, and recognizing achievements. Each part isn't just theory, it's grounded in real experiences tied to everyday life. As you listen, ask yourself, which stage am I in? What's holding me back? And how can I take the next step? Because the moment you dare to answer honestly, you've already started a new journey. This is Different Thinking, where we share modern mindsets and practical tools to help you grow sustainably. Stay with us through this video, because sometimes just one small idea can open up an entirely new direction. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe to Different Thinking today. As a thank you, I've prepared a special gift for you, a free ebook titled, Insert Title Here. You can download it right now in the description or pinned comment below. Inside are condensed insights to help you start changing tonight. Don't miss this chance, because even one small habit can shape a completely different future for you. English. Take a look around you. How many people have said, "I want to change," yet a few months later, they're living the exact same way? How many sign up for skill classes, buy self-development books, or start a new habit, only to quit after just a few days? This isn't unusual. In fact, it's the common story most of us live through. Humans naturally crave growth, but when faced with difficulty, we often fall into the loop: excitement, effort, exhaustion, quitting. The problem is that many believe change only comes from big decisions, dramatic shifts. But the truth is, most of life is shaped by small choices, repeated every single day. Imagine this: skipping exercise for one day won't change much, but skipping it for 100 days will weaken your body significantly. Saving $1 a day might feel insignificant in a week, but in 10 years, you'll have a sum worth investing. The real issue lies here. We want quick results, but we lack patience for slow progress. We dream of big change, but we underestimate the power of small habits. A study from University College London shows that on average, it takes about 66 days for an action to become a habit. Yet most people give up after just 7 to 14 days. That number perfectly explains why so many self-growth plans collapse right at the beginning. So what's the biggest issue? It's not that we lack information, because with a few clicks, you can find thousands of videos, books, and courses teaching you how to change. What we truly lack is the consistency to follow through. Think about yourself. How many times have you promised to wake up earlier, only to hit snooze? How many times have you sworn to eat healthy, only to end up at a fast food place? How many times have you set a goal to learn a new skill, only to abandon it halfway? None of this means you're weak. It simply reflects a truth. Humans fear discomfort more than failure. We choose the easy, familiar path instead of facing the unease of change. And that's why the first step in the growth journey isn't chasing new solutions, but honestly looking at your reality. Because only when you dare to see where you are, can you draw the map to where you want to be. English. After recognizing the reality, the next question is, why do we give up so easily? Why does self-growth often stop at the level of initial promises? The first cause is short-term thinking. We are raised in a society that glorifies speed, fast food, fast delivery, fast success. This conditions our brains to assume that results must also come instantly. When effort doesn't bring visible change within days, many people feel discouraged. They believe, "I'm not cut out for this," or "it's too hard." In reality, the issue isn't them, it's misplaced expectations. The second cause is lack of clarity. Many people set vague goals. "I want to be happier. I want to be more successful." But such statements are immeasurable, with no specific milestones, and thus easily get lost in the flow of daily life. A study by Dominican University found that people who write down their goals clearly and specifically are 42% more likely to achieve them compared to those who just keep goals in mind. The third cause is environment. If you're trying to change but remain in an environment full of temptations, maintaining discipline is nearly impossible. For example, you want to eat healthy but your fridge is always filled with soda and fast food. Humans are creatures of habit. We are strongly influenced by those around us. If your friends procrastinate, it's hard for you to feel motivated. If your family doesn't value discipline, sticking to principles can feel isolating. The fourth cause is fear of failure. Many people hesitate to start, not because they don't know what to do, but because they fear the feeling of failure. They fear judgment, comparison, and the possibility that they're not good enough. The paradox is this: fear of failure itself creates true failure. Because when we don't dare to step forward, we never get the chance to move ahead. The final, and perhaps deepest, cause is lack of belief in change. Some have tried many times and failed, so they convince themselves, "I simply can't change," but that belief is like an invisible chain, keeping them stuck in place. So here's the question for you. Which cause is holding you back? Short-term thinking, lack of clarity, environment, fear, or your own limiting beliefs? Once you identify the root cause, you can truly find a solution. Because real change doesn't start from external actions, but from dismantling the internal barriers within yourself. English. Once you've seen the reality and identified the causes, the next step isn't stuffing more information into your head, but learning to draw out simple principles that can guide you forward. The first lesson: progress matters more than perfection. Many people procrastinate because they want everything to be flawless from the start. But the truth is, perfection never arrives without those clumsy first steps. You can see this in any field. A musician plays wrong notes hundreds of times before creating a great melody. An athlete fails for years before earning a medal. The second lesson: discipline beats motivation. Motivation is like a flame. It flares up and burns out quickly. Discipline is like glowing coal. It keeps enough heat to carry you through, no matter how cold it gets. Many psychology studies show that successful people aren't always inspired. They're the ones who keep taking action even when inspiration is gone. The third lesson: small but consistent beats big but short-lived. A tiny action repeated daily compounds into enormous power. This is the principle of compound interest in finance, and it applies equally to self-growth. Remember, reading 10 pages a day for a year means you'll finish about 12 books. But if you only read when you feel like it, you might not finish even one in a year. The fourth lesson: environment matters more than willpower. Willpower is limited, but your environment can either support or sabotage all your efforts. If you want to eat healthy, keep good food within reach and remove junk food from your home. If you want to exercise, place your shoes by the door. Don't just rely on willpower, design your environment to pull you forward. The final lesson: trust the process, not just the outcome. If you only look at results, you'll get discouraged when changes aren't visible. But if you learn to enjoy the process, you'll go much further. A farmer who plants seeds doesn't expect harvest the next day. He trusts the soil, the rain, the sun, and he patiently tends the crops day by day. Self-growth is the same. It's about planting, nurturing, and waiting for the harvest. So the question for you is, which principle do you need to embrace today? Progress over perfection, discipline over motivation, small but steady, environment, or trust in the process? English. Principles only become meaningful when applied in daily life. So how do we turn knowledge into action, and ideas into habits? The first solution: break down goals. If your goal is to read 20 books a year, don't focus on 20. Focus on reading 10 pages a day. When the goal is small enough, your brain feels less pressure, and it's easier to start. A Stanford University study found that when behaviors are broken into smaller steps, the likelihood of forming habits doubles compared to trying to change everything at once. The second solution: build systems instead of relying on feelings. Don't just say, "I'll exercise more." Schedule workouts at 7 a.m. every Monday, Wednesday to Friday. When things have a fixed spot in your calendar, they're less likely to be skipped. That's why many successful CEOs wear similar outfits every day. They want to save mental energy for big decisions instead of wasting it on what to wear today. The third solution: design a supportive environment. If you want to write each morning, keep your laptop on the desk and remove your phone from the room. If you want to eat healthier, keep fruit in the kitchen and avoid stocking junk food. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, once said, You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Meaning, your systems and environment determine how far you go. The fourth solution. Find a community to walk with you. A friend, a small group, or an online community with similar goals helps maintain motivation. When someone walks with you, you're less likely to quit. That's why group classes, book clubs, and workout groups are effective. Connection creates accountability, and accountability nurtures perseverance. The final solution. Track and reflect. Each week, spend a few minutes reviewing. What did you achieve? What did you skip? And why? Writing it down, noting it, or even saying it aloud helps you see whether you're on track. When you continuously reflect, you're no longer someone swept along by old habits, but someone actively steering your own journey. So, which step can you begin today? Breaking down goals, building systems, arranging your environment, finding community, or practicing reflection? Choose one small thing. Do it today, because it's the small actions that bring the biggest transformations in your life. English. Imagine this. If you apply the principles and solutions we've discussed over the next 6 months, what would your life look like? You might not become a perfect version of yourself, but you'll be miles away from where you are now. You'll feel more confident when you look in the mirror, and you'll sense that you're steering life instead of drifting. The first expected outcome is inner growth. As you persevere through small challenges, you learn to trust yourself. This trust doesn't come from motivational slogans but from lived experience. You did it, even when it was hard. The second outcome is practical capability. Instead of just reading or listening to theory, you've accumulated skills, time management, emotional control, habit building. These are assets that never fade away. The third outcome. Ripple effects on your environment. When you change, your friends, colleagues, and family notice the new energy. They may not say it out loud, but they'll see you as a quiet source of inspiration. This is the power of the mirror effect when you practice persistence and discipline. You're not only improving yourself but also showing others that they can too. The fourth outcome is freedom of choice. When you develop discipline, you gain freedom. Freedom to eat healthily without being enslaved by sugar. Financial freedom through saving and investing. Mental freedom by no longer being haunted by fear of failure. And the final, and perhaps most profound, outcome is a sense of peace. You no longer chase others for comparison, but focus on your own path. Peace doesn't mean absence of challenges, but certainty that you're heading the right way. Picture this. What would your future self, 1 year from now, say to you today? They'd probably thank you for starting, even if it was just with one small step. The future doesn't arrive through miracles. It's built from the small actions you take daily. If you plant seeds today, you'll harvest tomorrow. If you plant nothing, don't be surprised when tomorrow feels empty. Here's the question for you. What seeds will you choose to plant today so your future lives up to your expectations? English. The journey of self-growth is never a straight road. It's filled with twists, challenges, and moments when you feel like giving up. Yet it's through those persistent steps that you discover the hidden strength within yourself. What matters isn't how fast you go, but whether you keep moving forward, even slowly, each day. Just one small action is enough to make you different from who you were yesterday. Your future is written by what you do today. Believe that every effort counts, and every step brings you closer to the person you want to become. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to 2 Dewey Kak Be It today. As a thank you, I prepared a special gift for you, a free ebook titled, Insert Your Title Here. You can download it right away from the description or the pinned comment below. Inside, you'll find condensed insights to help you start making changes tonight. Don't miss this opportunity, because even one small habit can create a very different future for you. And to watch the full playlist, click the link in the description below.